What's up? I'm on Last Chaos, all that good stuff. My day is going pretty good. Hopefully yours is. You can always leave a comment on that if you wish. Bittersweet can be if it is you happen to do the wrong thing. At the time, it might be sweet, as it is. It happens to be. But later on, maybe that bitter might come and make you see. For what it is that you did not know happened to have that side as well. Was it acceptable for what it is you have done? Do you not think there is a consequence that dwells? Maybe fun, or it may be exhilarating at the time. Or maybe you think, I cannot get caught. Why it is I only do it a few times. It may be sweet now. But what happens if the bitterness shows itself right now? Will you still say such a thing? For doing something that is not right to do, the consequence is the bitter part that I speak of to you. It may be sweet as it is you taste the reward for doing something that technically speaking you should not have that reward. But how many times might it take before that bitterness shows its face? It could be today, it could be tomorrow. You never know. Could it be the bittersweet that you get to see tomorrow? Would it be worth it for what it is that you have done? To get your reward in full, as far as the bitterness, and to be shown as a fool. If it is you chose to continue, or still do, when this bitterness happens to creep up and catch up to you, don't be surprised if one say, did it taste good to you? When it is you get your reward in full, including the bitterness that makes you look as it is that you are a fool. You may get the sweet part many times, but the question is, to get that bitterness, how many times? Not always the wisest thing to live such as this. Might as well just go after something that has only sweetness, not the bitterness that comes along with what it is that you get caught for what it is that you have done that you know happens to be wrong. After the point that all the sweetness happens to be gone. Could have just not did such a thing. And then the bitterness you would not have to see. So, is it worth it for what it is that you get your sweet reward? What happens if you get the negative side, not the reward? Is it really worth for what it is that you have done wrong? For this, when it is you finally get this bittersweet. What it is that tragic end for what it is that you have done that you know you should not. Don't go complaining upon what it is you've tasted. You're the one that chose a double-edged knife is the way that goes. For it may be sweet when it is you first get your reward. But what happens if it is you get caught, as it is you're trying to get the sweet reward? No longer is it sweet. It is bitter, and you do not wish to eat. Isn't it just easier to not to try to do such things? Isn't it easier to just have something that is sweet no matter? And I will also give you some advice. What happens if someone sees for what it is that you do that is not right, and they tell for what it is that you have done? How much more does that bitterness have a little bit more that has stung? For then they can prove upon the fact that you are not respectable, and your whole respect amongst your peers is now something that you no longer have while it is you're amongst your peers. So the next time that you might do upon what it is that you think that you can get that sweet reward, but you know it is not right, just remember that bitterness, it has a bite. So isn't it just easier to do for what it is that is right than have a chance to have that bitterness bite? For no matter if you admit it or not, you know what is right and what is not. Well, that looks like all the time I have for now. So, until next time.